I want to start by asking you guys to put in the comments, did you even know Dragon Ball The Breakers had its 3rd year anniversary? Of course you didn't know. You want to know why? Because Sparking Zero didn't even celebrate its 1st year anniversary. And at this point, it doesn't look like Xenoverse 2 is going to be celebrating its 9th year anniversary either. Because Dragon Ball games have basically given up entirely on their anniversary updates, and it looks like it's pretty dark for us. Breakers actually did have an anniversary, and unlike Sparking Zero, they actually did celebrate a tiny bit more than Sparking Zero. The Sparking Zero, I think, got a mention on Twitter. I think there was a post about it, maybe. At least the Dragon Ball The Breakers, if you log into the game right now, you can actually pick up a 3rd year anniversary commemorative gift. Now, it is just basically kind of garbage. Like it's just poo. It's just like a 10 pool, and it's not even for like, and by the way, it's not even guaranteed or like on a special banner or anything. It's literally just a 10 pool that can just disappear into the void. It's the standard banner 10 pool. It's unbelievably like worthless. It's kind of just bad. And I wanted to talk about Dragon Ball game anniversaries in general, because I think the only anniversary we've had recently for a Dragon Ball game that's really been like kind of big was the Xenoverse 2 7th anniversary, where they finally actually changed the main image for the game, the main cover image for the game. It got changed to Goku and the Time Patroller rather than the Goku, Gohan, and Bardock, you know, the one that created the famous Prowler image, right? That's when that happened. 7th anniversary of Xenoverse 2 changed a lot when it came to the game, made the game in general just look way newer, way fresher, added a bunch of other stuff to the game. It was a nice free update, very cool free update if anything. But now Dragon Ball games literally just don't even like have anniversary celebrations anymore. Like, okay, yes, Breakers did the 3rd year anniversary, awesome. What did they do? They gave out a 10 pool and that's it. Wow. Awesome, great. Trash. Now the reason why this is such an issue is because Breakers' anniversary is on the 10th, right? That's when they gave out the gifts. And Sparking Zero's official release date is the 11th. The early access release date is obviously, you know, 3 days before that. So Breakers exists in an uncomfortable position where it's between the early access and the actual release date of Sparking Zero, meaning that anytime you would celebrate Breakers' anniversary, you wouldn't, because no matter how dead you think Sparking Zero is, Breakers is more dead. And it just kind of sucks that they didn't even try to do anything unique. Like, the first anniversary of Breakers was pretty hype. We got, like, you know, new characters, we got new stuff. It was just cool in general. But this one literally added nothing. Actually, my bad. They gave us a 10 pool, and there's an event on right now that if you're wearing Gogeta's outfit or Vegeto's outfit, and you finish a match, it builds towards a different battle pass that's in the game, and you can get more summons in that. But to do that, you need to play multiple matches of the game to have that contribute to a score. And again, you have to be wearing either Gogeta or Vegeto's full outfit. Which, let's be real, you're not going to do that. Because this game has way more customization than Xenoverse 2 and Sparking Zero combined. You're just going to wear what you like, because the rewards aren't even great. You have to play loads of matches of Dragon Ball The Breakers to get the bare minimum level of rewards. It's trash. No one's doing that. You are just going to wear what you think looks cool, because that's what expression of freedom looks like. That's what creative choices look like. So you're not doing that. That's just a dumb idea. All right, I'm getting a bit heated here, so let's try and simmer it down. Let's try and take it down. But as you guys know, the official release date for Sparking Zero did pass. You know, it was the 11th, and nothing happened. There was no in-game updates. I don't think they even gave out any gifts. I don't think they even gave out any Dragon Balls or anything for that. So I think the most they did was maybe make a post on Twitter. I barely use Twitter. I haven't checked. But yeah, Sparking Zero essentially got nothing for its anniversary, and Breakers at least got something, even if the thing was absolutely nothing. And Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 does have its anniversary coming up in a bit. And Xenoverse 2, I'll be real, I hate saying this because you guys know I've been the one who has said the most crap about Xenoverse 2 as the game's been going on. Like, of all the YouTubers, I've definitely talked the most smack about Xenoverse 2 by far. Rhymestyle, C-Reacts, anybody, right? I've said the most about Xenoverse 2. But Xenoverse 2 is actually, like, doing more than the other Dragon Ball games, straight up. Even if we want to say, oh, the game was poopy and we didn't know what, like, we did talk crap about Xenoverse 2, but it is the best option we have right now, so we kind of just have to suck up and accept that what we consider to be ass is now our best. Because there's a new level of undesirable, and that's what Sparking Zero and Dragon Ball The Breakers are doing. Gekishin Squadra, you're doing alright right now, but let's be real, you just came out. Of course, you're going to have lots of free updates, lots of balance patches, you know, fast character releases. Let's check back in a year and hope Gekishin Squadra is still in a good place, because that game is actually still fun to play. Unlike Breakers, a month after release, Breakers was... I mean, I'll be real, Breakers stopped being fun to play the moment we got out of the first beta, because the first beta was peak. Everything else was just getting worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. The game came out, got worse. Free updates, worse. DLC, worse. It just got worse. Breakers is, I think, the only game that genuinely got worse the more they updated it. Xenoverse didn't get worse the more they updated it, and Sparking Zero isn't getting worse the more they update it either. It's actually just getting better, because we finally got a stage. Yeah, sure, it took 4 DLCs, but we finally got a single new stage. Okay, let me simmer down because I feel like I've been too hot-headed. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section about all of this as well. Again, and honestly, we're going to just stay in this menu until we get a match because you know how impossible it is to get matches in this game. This game wants me to do God knows how many matches wearing Vegeta's full outfit so I can maybe get a reward if I get enough XP per match, if I win. And remember, this doesn't apply if you're playing as the Raider because you're not wearing the outfit as the Raider. So the matches where you're most likely to win and stomp and have a great time is the ones that don't contribute to your score. Maddening anniversary. But speaking of anniversaries, we should get Xenoverse 2's in, like 10 days? No, it's the 25th. So in like 12 days, we're going to get Xenoverse 2's anniversary, right? And Xenoverse 2, they didn't celebrate the 8th year anniversary to my knowledge. But to be fair, Xenoverse 2's 8th year anniversary was like a few days after Sparking Zero came out. So they probably weren't going to go, hey guys, look at the cool stuff we're doing with Xenoverse 2 when Sparking Zero literally wasn't even a month old. They didn't want to, I get that, that makes sense. They don't want to get in the way of what Sparking Zero is doing. But this anniversary made no sense. Sparking Zero just had new DLC, the beginning of the month or like the end of the last month. And then it would be a perfect time to say, hey, let's celebrate Breaker's 3rd anniversary and probably the game's end of service. You know? Let's celebrate Sparking Zero 1st anniversary because there's nothing in the way of any of this, but they just didn't. So what I wanted to say was, and I'm sorry it took me so long to get to this point, I think Dragon Ball games are pretty much done just celebrating their anniversaries, right? Anniversary celebrations, Dragon Ball games are just going to be mad inconsistent from this point. If they do celebrate an anniversary, we just got lucky, let's be real. Because Dragon Ball FighterZ got an update. I didn't even state that. Dragon Ball FighterZ did get an update. All of that's happening in the midst of this, so yeah, they're not celebrating anniversaries anymore because it seems like now they're just using anniversaries to update games to be like, hey, this game's doing something cool. This other Dragon Ball game's doing something cool. So the other games, all the other games will just suffer instead. Although that's probably not going to be the same thing next year because Breakers is going to end the service, dog. It's so end of service bound. We won't have Breakers in a way, at least. Genshin Quadro will replace Breakers, and I'm hoping that game gets treated well because we don't know what Sparking Zero is going to be doing for its DLC. It better be the freshest customization I've seen in my whole life, bro. They better introduce custom characters, the ability to change keys. They better put like 200 plus capsules for extra like versus battle customization. They better do just nonsense, just insane stuff that make people actually want to like boot up the game and play it. Yeah, I couldn't find the match, so I'm just not even going to try. But yeah, we can actually see here, Breakers, this is the only confirmation we actually have for when Breakers is done with this patch, right? This update specifically. You can see when you go to the recommended for the newest character, which is this Broly, it says that 168 days is when this sale like ends, right? So in 168 days, that's when they'll replace the store with something new, which would obviously be when the season ends. So who knows? Is that going to be for, you know, the final season, which will be season 10, I believe? Will they actually entertain the idea of ending the game at season 10? Or will they say the game ends specifically on the date of when season 9 ends? Because that's what it's kind of looking like right now. You know, that's what it looks like. Either way, I have rambled on long enough. I think this is going to be a sort of place to end the video, guys. Again, if you fellas enjoyed the video, please, obviously, again, leave a like on the video. The Victor's Grabs really supports the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on Dragon Ball games and anniversaries. Because honestly, I think they're just pretty much done at this point. I don't even know if Xenoverse 2 is going to celebrate its 10-year anniversary. Because they might have to do an update for, like, Sparking Zero at that time or some other nonsense. But let's hope we get the Xenoverse 2 10-year anniversary. Because I'm actually very hyped to see what they actually do. Even if it just ends up being, like, the normal, standard Xenoverse 2 schlock, I'd still be hyped to see what they do, just because it's going to be one of the biggest footnotes in that game's history. Hell, in any Dragon Ball game's history. It's going to be a game that actually survived a decade of constant online support. So yeah, I think that's a good place to end the video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed, then obviously again, please leave a like on the video. The Victor's Grabs greatly supports the channel. Leave a comment down below as to what you'd like to see next, fellas. I do love you all. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Take care and peace.